Last time out in the Lenovo Pro Series, we went racing at Monster in Dover Motor Speedway, and Emily York Watson got win number 2 on the season. She is the new point leader entering tonight and trying to go 3 in a row in the Pro Series. We only have 6 races to go in the season, and now the points are nothing like they were at the start of the season. It is race 12 on the season, and it is the Reese's 200 at the Tricky Triangle of Pocono Raceway for Pro Series night in America. Hello everyone, it is Nathan here and welcome to Pocono Raceway, and already this is race number 12 of the season and only 6 races to go and only 5 races until the unpredictable finale of Talladega. And the way that these points are right now, it is going to be very chaotic if it stays like that at Talladega, but you gotta see how it all goes down. 20 laps on tap here at the Tricky Triangle, 3 different length straightaways, 3 different corners, and this is a very tricky racetrack, and we gotta see how it all goes down. We got Travis Clampton up here on the booth, the owner of Twilight Racing, first time since the season opener at Daytona. A lot of things have changed, Travis, and welcome to the booth at Pocono.
It's good to be here in Pocono, Pennsylvania. Very excited to see what these Lenovo Pro Series drivers have in store here at the Tricky Triangle.
Absolutely, the Tricky Triangle is very tricky for these drivers, and it definitely will be, like I said, 3 different lanes of straightaways combined with 3 different turns, and with only 6 races to go. How do you think tonight is going to go down with how close the points are now compared to what it was during the first part of the season?
Yeah, honestly, the past couple of weeks, when the points were kind of spread apart, these guys, they were points racing, but now that the points are a lot more closer, yeah, they'll still be points racing, but you'll see an upper urge of urgency, and there's only 5 or 6 races left or something like that, so very limited amount of opportunities to gain points on the current points leader and the top 5 in points. And all it takes is someone missing either a sign up or someone having a bad race. So a lot of opportunities still, and it could get even closer here at Pocono.
Absolutely, the points are close, but like I said, if things get hectic here today, or some people have a bad day when we kind of are expecting it, it can get even closer. Emily York Watson, like I said, has won the last 2 races at Minneapolis Raceway Park and Dover, trying to go 3 in a row at Pocono here tonight. Has a 4-point lead now over Sammy Camara in second. Juan Rodriguez, who was the point leader for most of the season, is now third in points minus 7. Javier Vasquez in fourth minus 13. Neil Zonka also minus 13 in fifth. Angel Gutierrez in sixth minus 24. And J.L. Wimbledon in seventh minus 29. Max points you can get is 30, so if things go all crazy, then in theory the top 7 could flip-flop entirely. BP Ruiz is in 8th minus 32. Carlson Miller in ninth minus 49. And running at the top 10 is Hallie Anderson Jr. minus 52. 6 races to go here in the season, and only 5 until the unpredictable finale of Talladega. On the pole, with his 3rd fastest lap pole this season, is Alexander in the number 78. Alongside him is the number 72, Marco Espino. And then in row number 2, we got the number 41 of Juan Rodriguez, still in championship contention, but needs a good one after a slump the last 3 weeks. And then you got the number 23 of Sammy Camara, second in the point standings. The number 7 of Javier Vasquez, fourth in the point standings. And then the point leader of Emily York Watson in sixth. So all of the top 4 all up front, and even Neil Zonka is right behind him. So it's going to be close here today. The number 16 of Matt Blatt, and the 64, as I said, Neil Zonka. The the 32 of Carson Miller, and the number 80 of Garrett Gronkowski, the number 88 of Xander Jeffrey, the number 63 of Colin Jones, the number 27 of Justin Perez, the number 37 of Jay Robertson, the 77 of Angel Gutierrez, and the 33 of BP Ruiz, the 17 of Howie Anderson Jr., and the number 40, that is Charles Bowen, the number 51 of Jason McClure, and the number 71 of Joshua Neely, the number 62 of Sarah Taylor, and the number 87 of Samantha Oskin, the number 99 of Greg Victorious Benny, and the number 25 of Bruno Diacomo. The number 47 is Hurricane Koyaglu, and running out the field here tonight, and the number 61 is Noah Clifton. 26 drivers as normal here in the Pro Series, and we're getting down to the wire. 5 races until Talladega, 6 races in total, and this is the tricky triangle. A lot of drivers up there in the point standing. Start up towards the front here tonight, Travis, but who's still picked to win the Reese's 200?
Well, I think I'm going to pick someone that's had a pretty good season so far, but I think that number 64 up on the top side, Neil Zonka for Innocence Motor Racing, is going to get the job done here today.
Neil Zonka, 1 win already this season. Maybe, just maybe, can get a second one and really have a shot at the title. Only 13 points behind entering tonight, and he's been definitely the standout driver for this team. Of course, the 87 has had up and downs, but for a lot of different drivers. But Neil Zonka's been in the 64 for the majority of the season, so gotta see what he can do. And we really gotta see what all these championship drivers can do with Watson up here, Camara, Rodriguez, Vasquez. It's gonna be interesting on how this race is gonna play down, but track position is gonna be important, and you really want to get as much of a draft as you can for these long straightaways, especially that long front stretch. So, gotta see if how it all goes down, and we gotta see if Emily York Watson, the point leader, can win 3 in a row here in the Pro Series. It would be Alexander Rowe in the number 78 leans to the green flag alongside one of Lord Dodgers of Marco Espino Borat in the number 72. What a season it has been so far, and we gotta see how it all goes down here tonight for race number 12 on the season for the Lenovo Pro Series. It is the Reese's 200, and it is race 12 of the season, and it's Pro Series night in America in the Pocono Mountains. A great jump from the 78, but a great turn 1 on the outside for the 72, keeping that second place spot. But who will lead lap number 1 and get a bonus point towards the championship? Neither of these two really have a shot at the title, but it's going to be a drag race for lap number 1. It will be Alexander Rowe leading lap 1 of the Reese's 200, and this is what I was talking about the draft. These top two got side by side, and that allowed the 41 of Juan Rodriguez and the 7 of Vasquez to close back in, and now they'll bound for third.
Great battle right there for third as Marco Espino Braddock clears Alexander Rowe for the lead, and I find it very ironic that the front row was my car, but it was also Alexander Rowe who drives my car in next season of the Wawa Cup Series.
The irony is very keen so far in this one, and we gotta see how this plays out. You got Vasquez on the move in the number 7 he needs a good one. And for all these drivers, the top 5 in points are all up here. And then you got Andrew Gutierrez a little bit far back, so gotta see of how that all plays out. The 72 point away, some shuffling throughout the back part of the field. You got Clifton on the move and some others as well. Griffith towards Benny is on the move, and a little bit of a close moment between the 87 and the 40 right there. But things are calming down slightly. It's 20 laps, but 20 laps does take a little bit here at Pocono. At least guys just mind the P's and Q's, but Alexander Lowe has had one heck of a 2025, and he wants another win here tonight.
I'll tell you, someone else that I saw moving up earlier this lap is that 32 of Carson Miller, the cheese car, made some moves and is inside the top 5 now. So we'll see if the Tillamook machine can pass some cars here and catch up maybe to the top 4. So, and as I say that, the Napa machine and the 16 of Matt Black moves to the inside of the 7 of Javier Vasquez.
Matt Black, he's had some standout ones at times this season, but he's had a lot of bad luck. There's been some drivers that have had bad luck, and this might be a good night for him. But the 7 got a great one. Looks like turn 1 on the outside is a very good place here tonight. It always changes at Pocono every time we go to this racetrack. So looks like the outside lane is good in in turn 1. And we gotta see if what Alexander can do side by side into turn number 3. And Alexander trying to take the lead back from the 72. And he's gonna make it look easy off turn 3.
And how about this manufacturer? Top 3 are all different. We got a Ford, Dodge, and a Chevrolet into the top 3. But as I say that, here comes the 16 once again of Matt Black to the inside. But Marcos Mino Braddock held up top and got a good push from Javier Vasquez. We'll see if that top is still good. Nope, the 78 of Alexander Rowe got a great run on the bottom that time. So really, you might have thought that the top side might have been good, but I think it's car dependent. I think that 78 has a really good car up on that bottom, and it all depends on what you set up your car to be. Is the 72 of Marco Espino Braddock dive bombs back to the inside. Great battle for the lead between these two.
Fantastic battle. Pocono is a very fun racetrack. It's one of my favorite underrated tracks on and on. You're seeing a great battle up here with the top 4, like you said. You got Chevy, Ford, and Dodge, the top 3. And Matt Black might be in position to maybe make it 3 wide. Do it. He's gonna think about it. He might be able to send it. He's gonna think about it. Gonna help. Oh my goodness. Carson Miller's gonna make an aggressive move in the cheese car. Right in front of that point of Emily York Watson. And like I said, the draft is so key, especially down that long front stretch here at Pocono.
Yeah, one of the longest straightaways on the season. So definitely the draft is very crucial. I mean, it's crucial on every straightaway, but that front stretch, if you can get a good shove like what the 72 had last time by, you can definitely make up some ground, get some momentum. And now these guys are battling and letting the top 3 run away. Here comes the point leader, Emily York Watson, trying to push the 32 Carson Miller past, and will do that. And now we'll see if Emily York Watson can draft with the 32 back up to those top 3.
One thing I will say is that we do have some tire. You see of how old Pocono is getting, and there's about a second, if not more, of tire fall off here in this race. So, and we're seeing it already. So, gotta manage with stuff here early on. The 17 of Halloween's Engineer almost made contact with the 88 of seeing the Jeffrey right there, but thought better of it. And right now the 72, one of the low cars, looks very strong here in clean air with Marco Espinosa, and so far so good, but we're not even halfway through this one in the Reese's 200. And we gotta see how it goes down. 7 and 78 working together, and I think Vasquez might have a 1 down this front stretch.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have the draft, especially down this front stretch as well, and may decide to pull out the end of the straightaway, but I think just gonna think better of it and will, and slot in line and continue to ride it around for now as 72 gets a massive run through turn 1 right there and put some distance. And now I think the 7 of Javier Vasquez might got a bad run because here comes Alexander Rowe, but Rowe gonna think better of it and just shove Javier Vasquez down the backstretch long pong straightaway.
I think that 72 car up is really good in turn 1, but it's kind of in turn 2 and turn 3. And here's someone that might be fast on the long one. The self-proclaimed cheese car from you at the season opener at Daytona. Here comes Carson Miller making it on the inside, but gonna have no help down the front. Which, if this thing plays out, and this 32 has a long one car, we can not count Carson Miller, and we cannot count out plenty of Emily York Watson either, all the way up inside the top 5. Trying to go 3 in a row. A great turn 1 though from Vasquez here, trying to get win number 2 on the season here tonight.
Yep, and these top 5 all in their blank. Here comes Carson Miller on Alexander Rowe. I think Rowe got a bad run through turn 1 right there, and Carson Miller's going to send it on the inside in the tunnel turn, and will get the job done. Maybe on corner exit, not quite. Rowe's going to fight back up on that top side, but Carson Miller should easily get by in turn 3. And Emily York Watson now also going to try to follow suit and will. And man, Alexander Rowe lost a 2-for-1 special right there from 3rd all the way back to 5th. So we'll see if Rowe can regroup and maybe take another fight at it here. But like you said, Carson Miller and Emily York Watson, I think, might be the 2 best long run cars here today at Pocono.
Absolutely, and we're definitely seeing. Oh my goodness, yeah, that 32 is special. I think the 32 is the fastest long one car, and then it's the 52, because Carson Miller is already to the back bumper of the number 7 of Javier Vasquez. Gonna try and send it. He's really good in the tunnel turn. That's one thing I've noticed, is that the 72 is really good in turn 1, and this 32 is really good in the tunnel turn. Has made so many aggressive moves in that spot, and trying to get a 1 in turn number 3 at the line. This time by, we will be halfway through the Reese's cylinder, and I believe if the 72 leads a couple more laps, that will be getting the bonus point for leading the most laps here today, and that could be not really beneficial for him, but that could be not beneficial to Vasquez and York Watson. And a slide job move from 32 up to 2nd, maybe a crossover from Vasquez.
And we talked about parity earlier today with the manufacturers early in this race. Now we have 4 manufacturers in the top 4 because we add that 32, which is a Toyota. So definitely on manufacturer parity, and crossover right there from the 7 of Javier Vasquez. And here comes Emily York Watson now trying to take advantage of that. And now Carson Miller is stuck up on that top side. You don't want to be up on that top side in the tunnel turn and turn 3, because it is no man's land. And once again, he's going to get freight trained by Alexander Rowe, and Matt Black might have a run down the front stretch, but maybe not quite. And now we'll see if Emily York Watson and Alexander Rowe can do something here, and maybe chase down Javier Vasquez and Marco Espino Braddock.
One thing about Emily York Watson is that at IRP, led every single lap. At Dover, led every single lap. Not gonna lead every single lap here today, but I think it's safe to say that this 52 has a chance at winning 3 in a row. And credit to Watson, has signed up for this car for the majority, if not maybe every single start this year, and it's worked out. And especially for drawing, definitely racking up those race wins here as a owner. We gotta see if another one is in store here today. We got Triad Racing out front. We got Logan Sport in 2nd, Drawing Racing in 3rd and 4th. And then you got Pacific Racing in 5th. And then you got the number 16 of Thor Sport Avalon Racing of Matt Blatt running out the top 6. And these top 6 have broken away from everyone else. You got the number 23 of Sammy Camara, still having a solid points day. 2nd in points, not too far behind the 52. And then the 17, Valley Anderson Jr. in 8th. The 27 of Justin Perez, great one from him. And then the 51, rounding out the top 10, is Chase McClure. So definitely the top 6 and really the top 5 have broken away with 7 laps to go this time by.
And here comes Alexander Rowe to the inside of Emily York Watson, and will maybe get the job done on his teammate. And the 2 Durrani cars having a great run here today, like you said, going through that rundown of the top 10, and maybe not quite clear, but is getting a big shove from that 32 of Carson Miller and Pacific Racing. But that 52 Emily York Watson, 3 wide. Holy moly, what a move from Carson Miller, but will it stick though? Alexander Rowe's going to cede the position, but Emily York Watson's going to get a nice run up top and keeps 3rd place. So the only change right there is, I think, Carson Miller passed Alexander Rowe. So that was definitely some wild stuff entering that corner right there, and everyone hanged on. And these guys trying to lose Matt Black. It might be only a 5-car breakaway. Matt Black's starting to fade, but I think he has the draft, so he should be fine. So once still the top 6 are absolutely gone.
And right now, I bet you 11 of what you see right now with Lord Driver Marco Espinabra and the number 72 out front. Who knows, maybe this can be a preview of what I do in the Tokyo Truck Series this weekend. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But Emily York Watson trying to go 3 in a row and might just have a shot up to second with ease in turn 1.
Well, I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch because this 52 machine is very strong. Of Emily York Watson could go 3 in a row and was almost my pick, but I decided to go against that. But we'll see if Emily York Watson can catch up and got a great run through the tunnel turn and all over the back bumper of the 72. We'll see if she can make a move. Carson Miller's making a move back there for third place, and we'll try to get that position from Javier Vasquez. Meanwhile, up front, these two are still really close, and I think Emily York Watson could probably draft and maybe get up next to, and by the time we get to turn 1.
I think we got the 3 best cars here tonight. 1, 2, 3, with 5 laps to go. Black in the lead, Watson in second, Cosmill in third. But how about this one from Emily York Watson? It's one thing to win 2 races in a row and have a shot at going 3 in a row, but you also have to take into consideration the starting lap is based off the fastest lap each week. So got a fast lap the week before ILP to be in position to win that race, and then started up front again at Dover, and then started up front again at Pocono. So not only is this car fast enough to win, but it's been fast enough to start up front based off the fastest lap each race. And so sits here today, it's not led a lap yet, but with 4 laps to go, Emily York Watson is trying to take the race lead away from the 72.
And we'll see. We saw a slide job earlier in the race. Will Emily York Watson go for that approach again, or will the 72 stay strong up top? They're pretty even through the corner, and looks like Marco Espino Braddock might get the run off the corner here, but will they stay side by side? If the 52 can stay to the inside by the time I get a tunnel turn, that'll be big, but I don't know. It looks like Emily York Watson will. But once again, that 72 is really strong up top, holds his own, and we'll see. Turn 3 is usually the bottom, so I think Emily York Watson will take the position here, and yes, she will. And here comes the 32. Carson Mill will follow, and we are racing real hard.
One move from the 78 Alexander Rowe with a side draft in the corner, and look at the top 6 drivers. Top 6, first through 6, are within a 6/10 of a second difference with each other, and that's how much the draft means. And it can be any one of these top 6 with the race win here today. Matt Black on the move side by side with Vasquez, and now the 72 almost got to the inside of Cosmo. We've been talking that the 32 and the 52 look like they have some of the best long run car speeds here today, and now they are 1-2. Oh my goodness, that was a block entering the tunnel turn from Cosmo there as we approach 2 laps to go at the line this time by.
Emily York Watson trying to go 3 in a row, and how impressive would that be? Just based off the circumstances of this series, like you mentioned, I mean, the fact that they were able to get a quick time to start up front and be up front the entire race is definitely impressive. But she
Oh.
has to hold off that 32, the cheese car. Carson Miller, arguably the second best car here today, maybe even the best car in the long run, but Emily York Watson defends that charge perfectly on that top side, and now has to defend a charge from Marco Espino Braddock down the long pond straightaway.
It looks like the 72 is going to work with the 32 here. Never mind, gonna change my mind very quickly. There's a dive bomb move, and this is what these guys have to do. I think if you want to make the pass, you got to set up, get a great turn 1, get a good tunnel turn, and then make the move in turn 3. Cosmo is going to drop back. Not going to be a race win here today, but it is going to be the white flag for Emily York Watson trying to go 3 in a row. But the 72 of Espana Brada is going to have the draft, and this is a 2.5 mile racetrack. So maybe, just maybe might have a shot, but Watson is pulling away in that 52 machine.
Absolutely gone. I mean, what a run through turn one right there. I mean, even if the 72 were to get a good run through the tunnel turn and turn three, I don't think there's a chance. I think she could very well go three in a row. We'll see. Oh, the 78 of Alexander Rowe tried moving Marco Espino Braddock out of the way. Not quite, but not close enough, I don't think, through into turn number three.
You cannot make this stuff up. Has to qualify for each race, and has won at ILP, Dover, and now 3 in a row for Emily York Watson. A great battle for the top 6, and this is bad news for the field. 3 wins in a row for Emily York Watson and Duani Racing. All 3 of those wins with Duani Racing.
Absolutely insane stuff, and that stuff right there is what legends are made out of. And Emily York Watson putting her name down into the record books. I don't know if it's been done before. It might have, but the way that this series is done is, no matter what, that is an impressive feat to do. 3 in a row, and very well could go 4 in a row next week. So we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. And this race was fantastic, and congratulations to the 52 machine, arguably one of the best 3 cars, the 72, the 52, and the 32. Funny enough, all of them ended with the number 2. Had the best car late in this race.
Yeah, the irony in that is very funny. And what's not funny is the dominance that this team is on. Duani Racing, they've been fast all season, but 3 in a row with the same car is very impressive for Emily York Watson. Not going to gain a huge chunk of the point lead though, because Kamara still had a. Actually, Kamara fell off late. Kamara fell off late all the way back to 14th, so that's not going to be good actually. Vasquez was 4th in points, so it's going to be around that buffer for the point lead. But the bad news for the field trials, it looks like most of the contenders outside of Watson and Vasquez had a rough day here today. It did not have the long one car. Neil Zonka fell back to 19th. Juan Rodriguez, the midseason tumble continues, fell back all the way to 23rd. Oh my goodness. What a one this has been up to this point, and this is bad, bad news for the field. Emily York Watson, 3 wins in a row. Marco Espino Brock in second, Alexander Rowe in third, Matt Black in fourth, Carlos Miller in fifth, Javier Vasquez in seventh, Trace McClure in seventh. We didn't really talk about the battle from seventh through basically the rest of the field, but every time I saw is Philly hectic. And Wilburton gets an eighth, Howley is in junior and ninth. How about Noah Clifton in the second car trial? Started dead last, well, almost dead last, 20. 26 dead last year today, and works his way up to the top 10. And if this trial was hard to pass, that proves otherwise, because 26 to top 10 in only 20 laps. What's the final thoughts of a very fun Pocono race here at for the Reese's tournament? And now Emily York Watson could be on cruise control with just 5 races to go.
Well, this race was fantastic. I mean, obviously it's Pocono, so we saw a lot of different lines being run. Sometimes the top would work, sometimes the bottom would work, and it all depended on the car. Sometimes the car would work up top, sometimes we were on bottom. Great battles throughout the top 6. Great battles from 7th on back, and even though there's only 20 short laps, a lot of action was packed into that. I don't think anything happened in the race mechanically or any crashes wise. So very clean race from these guys, and another to add to the irony we've had today. This is the Reese's 200, and we are recording pretty much either the day before Halloween or Halloween, if you want to call that, because it is like midnight right now.
Yeah, technically it is Halloween, when we're recording this, so Emilio Quasen is gonna get some Reese's and gonna get a delayed Reese basket in victory lane. And we gotta see if how it all goes down 5 races to go, and next week we are back to the short tracks of Iowa Speedway for the Hy-Vee 150 for race number 13 on the season. And we gotta see how that one goes down. Thanks for Travis for joining me up here in the booth for the Reese's tournament at Pocono, and sign-ups for race number 13 at Iowa will be momentarily here on AG the channel. The point stands up next, and congratulations to Emily York Watson, the point leader, to win 3 races in a row.